And there's a very small moment at the very beginning of the show that I think was overlooked by a lot of people that I got to bring up. And we got to talk about Daboll and ask, is he okay with DJ? Is this man okay with having Daniel Jones as his quarterback? Because I got to say, I was a little bit shocked by the reaction Daboll gave when they're talking at the very beginning of the show. And they're like, oh, if we can't get a quarterback here, we'll just get a weapon. We'll ride with DJ. That man is a guy who puts his emotions on his sleeve. You see where he's at 24/7. You can see with this guy's excited. He can't help himself. It's like a kid Christmas morning when he likes a player. He
Pretty
cannot
much.
help himself. That was not the reaction he gave. It was absolutely not there. He seemed uneasy. And there was plenty of times later on, like you saw when they drafted Malik Nabers and you saw him talking to him how excited he was. Like the man loves football. He loves football. But there's a difference in how he reacted when they're talking about Daniel Jones coming back. And I don't want to put words in the man's mouth. He has not said anything publicly. He has not, said anything behind closed doors that have been, released to the public that they weren't supposed to be. So I'm not trying to put it out there that he said it.
That's what Drew says.
His face was a little, am I wrong, Rob? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, did he not look a little uneasy?
He did.
It was almost like when you go to the buffet and you see like the old crab legs still out.
Yeah. Can you refill these, please? These crab legs have been out here for 33 minutes.
Like that's the look he gave. And I think stale crab legs is a very good analogy for Daniel Jones at times.
Especially these days.
Everybody's bashing him, so why not? What the hell? But like I said, it's just like that's where he's at. And again, I think Daboll wants DJ to succeed and shine because he wants the Giants to succeed and shine. He's kind of the same boat we are. And I think that's where he just kind of thinks like, okay, well, this is the best option I guess I have. So we'll have to make it work.
Yeah.
That's like, what are you gonna do?
I mean, he knew for a fact he wasn't getting a new shiny quarterback toy.
He was hoping. I think he was.
He was.
I mean, you saw how excited he was when he was talking to Drake May and talking to Jaden Daniels.
But he also knew like that was out of the question.
We're going to get that in a little bit because that's a part of the equation here. We're going to talk about it in a minute here. But I just think that level of excitement was not there when he was talking about Daniel Jones.
No, it was not.
Wasn't. And he's a man who doesn't hide his emotions well. He'll admit that himself. Yeah. He's called himself a high when he was talking to Malik Nabers in their interview.
Exactly. And there's a lot to be said to break it. To be broken down with that episode because like you see the highs, but like he knows. Once again, I'm not trying to put. We're not trying to put words into his mouth, but like you see, like
we're reading body language. What we interpret
body language. There's certain players when he talks about them, like he's very excited to talk about. Like, knowing that, it's gonna be his third year with DJ. Kind of nobody saw.
Newman. He couldn't help but say something positive about Newman.
Yeah, he was stoked. Like you even saw, like when he got drafted, Newman, and he's like, "This is the top of your receiver list."
Yeah. Well, Malik Nabers that you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
I was saying Nabers in the second round though, but I mean, but everybody like there was excitement, there was passion, and then I was like, "Yeah, we're to keep Daniel Jones, I guess." Okay. Like that's his reaction, basically.
What else is he supposed to do at the same time?
Like yeah, let's go. Have some pep, have some tone of voice that sounds happy of any kind of way, shape, or form. I mean, don't get me wrong. I, as a fan and as a content creator, am perfectly fine with him not doing that because I'd rather have the honest answer, know what he thinks. But if I was DJ or somebody within the Giants organization, I'd like to think my coach has some
faith in me.
Yeah, and there's definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's probably a little bit. They did get the playoffs just 2 years ago with him, but there's probably not a lot, guys. There's probably not a lot. So, we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see. Keep an eye on the sidelines during games and see what you see. I mean, he's already publicly yelled at Daniel Jones on the sidelines before during games. You know, there's like I said, there's little signs you can see at that point. And the writing is starting to be on the wall for me that tells me that Daboll is just kind of fed up. And he's probably the same as us, where he's going, DJ's not a bad guy. He's a great, guy, a hard worker. But he's just not the answer. As we have Sans Williams here. What's up, man? Says, I tell you what, Sport, DJ gonna be the downfall for the offense besides the O-line itself. DJ not game ready nor injury ready. And we'll get into that at one point because that'll be a conversation for another day we're gonna have. But yeah, people got to give this guy a little chance to get healthy before they make too much of a opinion on him on what he's going to be for the rest of the season there. And he also says, I'd rather start QB2 than to start DJ. Listen, Drew Lock couldn't even beat out Geno Smith, guys. I don't want anybody thinking Drew Lock is some savior. He's not. Deb says, I think Daboll was excited about Jones at the end of 2022 season and playoff game versus Vikings. Then it went downhill. Yeah.
That wrong.
Like I said, he did not look at the same player last year. Now, again, you want to blame the line, you want to blame the offense, weapons, whatever you want to blame. He's got to take some of that. Some of that has to go in DJ. Some of it has to go because we saw him making mistakes, missing obvious pass rushers and stuff like that. So, and you can't blame Daboll for not being excited about having to bring that back again. I mean, he went from Josh Allen to Daniel Jones. There's a big difference. There's a big difference, guys.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.